Hello dear students, today we are going to discuss about the brachial plexus and muscles of the shoulder and arm. So at the end of the session, the student will be able to demonstrate the structures of the upper limb like the brachial plexus, then the muscles of the shoulder region and the muscles of the arm. The brachial plexus is formed by the ventral roots of C5, C6, C7, C8 and T1. The C5 and C6 joins to form the upper trunk or the superior trunk. C7 alone forms the middle trunk. C8 and T1 joins to form the inferior or the lower trunk. The 5 roots and the 3 trunks are seen in the neck region. From C5, C6 and C7 you get nerve to thoracic nerve. Okay, long thoracic nerve which supplies the serratus anterior, and if it is injured it causes winged scapula. Okay, it causes a condition called as winged scapula. Now this region is called as Erb's point. Erb's point. The reason it is called Erb's point because if it gets injured it causes Erb's palsy. Erb's palsy. So there are actually 6 nerves you can see at this location. There is union of C5 and C6. Then there is giving off of the suprascapular nerve. One more nerve is given at this location. It is called as nerve to subclavius. Okay, nerve to subclavius. And it also gives 2 divisions, the anterior and the posterior division. So there are totally 6 nerves which are seen at this location, and it is called as the Erb's point. If it is going to be injured, it is going to cause Erb's palsy. Now anterior division of the superior trunk and anterior division of the middle trunk joins to form the lateral cord. The anterior division of the inferior or the lower trunk alone forms the medial cord. The posterior division of all the 3 joins to form the posterior cord. The divisions and the cords are seen in the axillary region. The lateral cord is lateral to the axillary artery. Okay, medial cord will be medial to the axillary artery, posterior cord is posterior to the axillary artery. That's why the names are given. Now lateral cord gives LML, mnemonic. Okay, 3 nerves. It is the lateral pectoral nerve, the musculocutaneous nerve and the lateral root of median nerve. Okay, the musculocutaneous nerve, if it is injured, it causes the Vater's tip. Okay, it causes Vater's tip. It is getting innervation from C5, C6 and C7. Okay, the medial cord gives 5 nerves and the mnemonic is M4U. M4U. Okay, so it's the medial pectoral nerve, then medial cutaneous nerve of arm and medial cutaneous nerve of forearm, then medial root of median nerve, and the last nerve ulnar nerve. Ulnar nerve. Okay, so that is M4U. Here we can see that this will be the lateral root of median nerve, here this one, and this will be the medial root of median nerve. They join to form the median nerve. You can see the median nerve over here. The median nerve is getting the root value C6, C7, C8, T1. Okay, and if it is injured it causes hand of benediction or ape hand. Ape hand like the monkey. Okay, ape hand. Now the posterior cord gives 5 nerves. The mnemonic is ulnar. Ulnar. Okay, so UL is for upper and lower subscapular. N is for nerve to latissimus dorsi. A is for axillary nerve. R is for radial nerve. Ulnar. The axillary nerve root value C5, C6. If it is injured, it will cause flattening of the contour of the shoulder. Okay, it supplies the deltoid muscle. And radial nerve, root value C6, C5, C6, C7, C8. If it is injured, it can cause drop wrist. Next, the muscles of the arm are pectoralis major. Deep to pectoralis major is pectoralis minor. Then the forming the contour of the shoulder is deltoid muscle, which is also used for giving the intramuscular injections. Muscles of the arm are coracobrachialis, which is here. Okay, then you have biceps brachii. Biceps brachii has two heads, long head which is lateral and short head which is medial. That's why it's called biceps. It has two heads, long head and short head, joins to form the biceps tendon, and then finally it gets inserted into radial tuberosity. The third muscle in the arm is the brachialis muscle. So there are three muscles: coracobrachialis, then biceps brachii, and brachialis muscle. These are the three muscles of the anterior compartment of the arm, and they are all going to be supplied by the musculocutaneous nerve. So we can see here the pectoralis muscle will not be seen as it is not there in this specimen. This is a part of the scapula and the humerus. So this muscle is the subscapularis, this muscle, subscapularis. This muscle, which is seen on the medial aspect of the costal surface of the scapula, which is the serratus anterior muscle, serratus anterior, which was supplied by the long thoracic nerve. Okay, then the deltoid muscle can be seen here. It's reflected here, deltoid muscle. Okay, it is a multipinnate muscle. It's very important for the abduction of the shoulder joint. Here, coming to biceps, you can see the lateral one will be the long head. This is the long head, and this will be the short head of biceps brachii. So long head of biceps brachii, it takes origin from the supraglenoid tubercle, in the glenoid cavity, supraglenoid tubercle. Okay, and it passes through the intertubercular sulcus, okay, or bicipital groove between the greater tubercle and lesser tubercle of the humerus. Okay, and that's how it runs. It forms the tendon over here, and I told you it gets inserted into the radial tuberosity. Okay, then you can see also the artery over here. This is the brachial artery. At this level it is called as brachial artery. Higher up it is called as the axillary artery. Okay, and axillary artery is divided into three parts by the pectoralis minor muscle. Okay, it divides it into the upper part, or the first part, second part which is behind the pectoralis minor, and third part below the pectoralis minor muscle. Okay, so here you can see the muscles of the scapula from the posterior aspect. This is the supraspinatus muscle in the supraspinous fossa. Then this is the spine of the scapula. Okay, so below the spine of the scapula will be the infraspinatus muscle in the infraspinous fossa. Actually here at the inferior angle also another muscle you can see, that is the latissimus dorsi muscle attached to the inferior angle. Coming to the medial aspect, we have two muscles, that is teres minor, okay, teres minor, and then teres major. Okay, then we can see some spaces over here. This is called as the quadrangular space here. This is the quadrangular space. This is called as the upper scapular space. Okay, and we also have a lower scapular, triangular space. This is upper triangular space, and this is there is a lower triangular space, not clear in this diagram. Okay, here you can also notice the muscle of the posterior compartment, that is triceps. It has three heads. This is the long head of triceps, Then laterally we can see the lateral head of triceps, and medially it is called as the medial head of triceps. Okay, so medial head and lateral head of triceps takes origin from the humerus itself, whereas the long head of triceps takes origin from the inferior glenoid tubercle, okay, or infraglenoid tubercle. Okay, next. Okay, now this in the plastinated specimen, let us try to identify the same structures. So we have supraspinatus muscle, okay, and this is the spine of the scapula. Okay, attached to the lower border of the spine of scapula is the trapezius muscle. Then below the spine of the scapula, infraspinatus fossa, infraspinatus muscle. The tip of the, or the angle, inferior angle of the scapula is the latissimus dorsi muscle. Okay. Then coming to the medial aspect, we said there are two muscles here. So this will be the teres minor, this one, okay. Okay, this one is the teres minor, and this one is teres major over here. Okay, so this arrow is going up to here, teres minor, and this is teres major. Okay, then we can also see the parts of the triceps. This is the long head of triceps over here, long head of triceps, this muscle. Then we have lateral head of triceps, and this is the medial head of triceps. Okay, so they all three join together to form triceps. It has three heads and gets inserted into the olecranon process. Okay, it helps in the extension of the forearm, okay, or extension of the elbow joint. Now this is the quadrangular space. This is the quadrangular space, and the structures within the quadrangular space quite important. You should know that it is the axillary nerve and the posterior circumflex humeral artery. Okay, so these are the two contents of the quadrangular space. This is the upper triangular space over here, and the structures here are circumflex scapular vessels. And we can also see the lower triangular space. Okay, this is the lower this is the lower triangular space over here, and this is the spiral groove. Okay, the contents of the lower triangular space are the radial nerve and the profunda brachii artery. Radial nerve and the profunda brachii artery. Okay, so the lateral pectoral nerve, the musculocutaneous nerve, and musculocutaneous nerve supplies the coracobrachialis, brachialis, and biceps brachii. And then you have lateral root of median nerve. All the three, that is LML, branches of the lateral cord. Okay, here what are we able to identify is, first you should actually, if you have to little retract these nerves, you can look for the coracobrachialis muscle. Okay, you will see the coracobrachialis muscle, and you will see a nerve which is piercing the coracobrachialis. If you see a nerve piercing the coracobrachialis, it will be called as the musculocutaneous nerve. Okay, it will be the musculocutaneous nerve. Okay, then if you keep tracing the musculocutaneous nerve, you can also see that it will supply the biceps brachii, okay, and the brachialis muscle. Okay, then this nerve which you are seeing here, right, in which lies in the middle of the cubital fossa, will be the median nerve. It will be the median nerve. Okay, so you can see this here. Okay, so this is the median nerve. If you again trace it up, you will see that it will be formed like this. Okay, you will see a Y-shaped structure. So it is formed by medial root of median nerve and lateral root of median nerve. Okay, so lateral root of median nerve is coming from the lateral cord, and medial root of median nerve is coming from the medial cord. Okay, then also the other very thin structures are going to be the medial cutaneous nerve of arm and medial cutaneous nerve of forearm. Okay, so you can see them here, this one here. Okay, medial cutaneous nerve of arm first here, and then medial cutaneous nerve of forearm. Okay, Then if you look for the medial epicondyle, okay, this is the location of the medial epicondyle. So if you see a nerve winding behind the medial epicondyle, it has to be the ulnar nerve. It has to be the ulnar nerve. So that's how you identify the ulnar nerve. It will wind up behind the medial epicondyle. Okay, now coming to branches of the posterior cord, okay, because they are mostly posterior in origin and also in the way they lie behind the axillary artery. Okay, so all we can identify in this region will be the radial nerve, and you have to go really posterior to identify the radial nerve. Okay, and basically supplies the posterior compartment of the arm, that is triceps, and the forearm. Okay, upper and lower subscapular will be supplying the subscapularis muscle. Okay, then you have nerve to latissimus dorsi. If you see the nerve, it will be the nerve to latissimus dorsi. And axillary nerve, you should look for the surgical neck of the humerus. You will see it winding around the surgical neck of the humerus. That will be the axillary nerve. Okay. Okay, now structures at the cubital fossa. Okay, so from medial to lateral, we can remember the mnemonic MATS, M-A-T-S. M is median nerve, so this is the median nerve. By the way, this belongs to the right side. Okay, this belongs to the right side or right upper limb. Okay, so it's the right forearm, and this will be lateral, and this is going to be the medial aspect. Okay, right, so lateral and medial, now we know. So from medial to lateral we have the median nerve, then next will be the A is the brachial artery. You can see this red one over here, so this is the brachial artery. Then you have T is the tendon of biceps, so that's the white structure you're seeing over here. Okay, tendon of biceps. And then there is also a nerve over here, it's not seen here but it's one of the content. It is superficial branch of radial nerve, okay. So this is MATS arrangement: median nerve, then brachial artery, then you have the tendon of biceps, and then you have the superficial branch of the radial nerve. Okay, with this I will stop for today, and we will continue with the forearm in the next session.